Hi, I'm Pastor Kurt, and this is your 5-minute Bible study. Today, we're going to be looking at Judges 16, the story of Samson and Delilah. Now, many people have heard the name Samson and Delilah, and maybe they know a little bit about the story, but it helps to put it in the larger context. Samson was one of the judges in Israel. He was one of the people called by God to basically help keep the people in line and live the way God wanted. But Samson himself didn't live the way God wanted. He ended up marrying some foreign woman, and then after that marriage didn't quite work out, then he fell in love with Delilah. And Delilah got approached by the Philistines, who were attacking the people of Israel. Now, why would they approach her? They have heard about Samson because Samson is famous for his strength. He is a physically strong guy. And the people in the Philistine camp, they want to know what makes Samson so great. How can we overpower him? Well, the Bible says that his strength was in his hair. So imagine Samson. Imagine this really physically strong, kind of bodybuilder type guy with long flowing hair. He is strong. He's also kind of arrogant because he likes posing riddles to people and saying, see if you can figure this out. I know something you don't know. I'm smarter than you are. So he kind of comes across as this jerk posing these riddles. It's almost like a Rumpelstiltskin, if you remember that story. That Rumpelstiltskin had this sense of superiority, saying, see if you can figure out my name. Well, Samson is the same kind of character, right? See if you can figure this out. Well, one of the secrets he has is the secret of his strength in his hair. And so the Philistines try to convince Delilah to get him to spill the beans. Well, she seduces him, and he tells her, well, if you tie me up with string, then I'll become weak. She ties him up, he breaks out of it. She gets upset. She tries again. If you tie me up with rope, then I'll lose my strength. She ties him up with rope, he snaps the rope, she gets upset. She tries again. He says, if you pin my hair up, I will become weak. So she pins his hair up. He's still strong, and she's getting furious at this point. She doesn't like that he's toying with her, right? Here we see a great example of how he's got this sense of superiority. He doesn't want to let her in on his secret. Finally, he tells her that it's in his hair. She then tells the Philistines that she finally knows his secret. Well, one day when he falls asleep with his head on her lap, she cuts his hair off, and his strength leaves him. The Philistines can then come in and capture him, and he can't really fight back. So what's the point of this story? It's a fun story. It's got a lot of excitement and tension in it, but what's the point? Why in the world is this story even in the Bible? Well, one thing to notice is that Samson's strength doesn't really come from his hair. It comes from God. The hair is just symbolic. And second, if God can use somebody like Samson, then God can use people like us. Even if we are not the physically strong bodybuilder type people that Samson is, sometimes we might still be jerks to others, like he was. Sometimes we make bad choices, like he did, marrying foreign women. But God can still work through us. Samson had a role to play in God's larger narrative, and so do you. So when people ask you, where's the source of your strength? You don't have to tell them it's in your hair, or it's in your own willpower, or whatever. You can tell them that your strength comes from God. And that is something they cannot take away from you. They can shave your head, but they can't take God away from you. That's where our true strength comes from. It comes from God. not from us. There's your 5-minute Bible study for today. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.